I am 6'2", and by most people's standards, I would be considered tall, especially when you also consider the fact that the average male American height is sitting at 5'9". And I'm going to be completely honest, being tall sucks. It reeks, dude. I hate this. And it's funny because most people view being tall as a natural privilege. I mean, yeah, when you view it as someone with an average height, or especially a shorter height, you see it as a privilege. We're able to reach things better and generally have more of an athletic advantage. But truthfully, that's where the benefits end. And I'm willing to bet any non egotistical tall person will agree with me on this. Being tall is genuinely one of the most overrated human, quote unquote, buffs anyone can have. And a lot of what are thought to be as privileges by average and shorter people are often misconceived and in reality are negatives. Let's start with the height itself. Being generally taller, being able to reach things and see over things easier. That stuff comes at a cost. Well, yes, those things are benefits and are genuinely helpful sometimes. One of the things that you goddamn normies forget is that, hey, having more height usually institutes having a larger and longer spine. I absolutely receive more back issues than the average person, and it can happen when performing any daily action, even the beneficial ones, especially reaching for something, whether up or down. Since our backs are longer and larger, it usually causes more pressure to be put on them, which in part can degrade them more and cause pain easier. Like, dude, one of the things I absolutely fucking hate doing at work is filling buckets with broth. Because once I'm finished scooping up and straining broth from that giant ass fucking hot pan that takes forever to clean, I usually have to take the buckets over to the back just so they can cool before we label them and throw them in the fridge. And those things can be decently fucking heavy. I mean, it's basically a bucket full of hot fucking water. And having to reach down just to pick it up and hold it can really strain the fuck out of my back. Especially since I typically have to do more than 10 of them at once. Oh, and not to mention, I generally have a harder time fitting in places, especially older houses built back when the average height was much lower than it is now. I literally can't even enter my own basement without ducking because the clearance is like 5.5 feet. I walk down my fucking stairs and it's just my entire face just runs into the ceiling. It's honestly comical. Like the amount of stuff I hit my head on is completely uncanny. I wouldn't be able to survive a day in Tokyo. That's all I can say. I'd probably end up hitting my head on like 30 different things within the span of an hour and then dying of a traumatic brain injury if I spent a day in Tokyo. There's also the so-called social benefits that come along with being tall. Guess what, normies? Those aren't benefits. They're huge fucking negatives. First off, the whole thing with height making you more attractive is just not fucking true. Now look, I'm a very dense person when it comes to love. I won't deny that, especially because it's something that scares me a little. But based on observations from both my sister and her boyfriend, who are much more familiar with this kind of stuff, the only thing that happens is that women look at me more. And that's about it. And honestly, I wouldn't even count that. Because guess what? No shit. When you're a 6'2", everybody's gonna look at you more. I'm taller than 92% of all Americans. Of course I'm gonna stand out and people are gonna fucking look at me more. Oh, and social interactions are a fucking nightmare, dude. Cause like 75% of the time, when people come up to me for the first time, the first thing they mention is, yo, dude, you're fucking tall. Especially older people. Like, dude, I fucking get it. I'm tall. I know this. And also, I don't play football. Stop fucking asking. Sound like a fucking fool. For anybody who's shorter and wants to trade heights with me, please give me a call, and I'd be more than happy to personally arrange it myself. We can meet up and do the transfer anywhere of your choosing. Just don't expect to take backsies, because when you inevitably ask me for it back, I'm gonna be long fucking gone, okay? I'm taking that shit and running, and you are never seeing me again. You are stuck with my height now. I don't fucking want this shit anymore. You're not getting it back. Fuck off. Anyways, that's all for today's rant. Hope you all enjoyed. I'd like to remind you that inboxes are open for this series at thatkillergary@gmail.com. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys. Oh, and have a great day, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Because why not? Anyway, see you guys.